I'm Antonio Graceffo, it's Martial Arts Odyssey, and today we're at the SSA, Shan State Army headquarters at Loy Talang once again. And I have my very good friend Kong. This is Sergeant Kong. He's just graduated the NCO Academy and now he's a trainer here. And we're going to be doing some training today. What we're going to be doing today is called Practical Fighting Training, and this is a series of only 18 movements that I made. It came primarily from Khmer Bokutao from Cambodia. We also integrated some other martial arts into it, and the idea is it's 18 basic movements that we can practice every day, that we can take a non-fighter and turn him into a fighter within, say, a week, 2 weeks, a month, something like this. So it's perfect for the military. Maybe you can learn it at home.
The Practical Fighting program is a very basic program I developed, particularly for the soldiers, but I think it can be taught to anybody. The idea is that there's only about 18 basic strikes, 36 strikes if you take all the advanced techniques. We start at the top of the head and work our way all the way down to the feet, training each part of the body as a weapon. In the basic series, you learn 18 simple movements. You do them each 5 times on each body part, so that winds up being about 180 repetitions. And the idea is that every day when you come in for training, you'll do this as your warm-up. And this way you're running through all of your basic techniques every day before you start your training. For people who are just getting started with martial art or just getting started with fitness, it's a really good way to just get fit. Just getting through this program every single day. It'll take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the beginning, and then you can keep adding repetitions. Instead of 5, you can do 10 or 15.
I'm Antonio Graceffo at SSA, Shan State Army headquarters. Now the men have just finished about 6 hours of drill. They started early in the morning. This is their lunch break. And they're getting a basic issue of food, which is a large quantity of watery rice. These men train all day. They're probably only eating about 800 calories. Men already have their food, and I'm sure they're very hungry, but they must sit and wait until every single soldier has his food before they're allowed to eat.
It's based pretty much on the program at the book tour school in Cambodia, and at the book tour school they do this routine about once every hour all day, starting from 8 o'clock in the morning until late at night when they close. Once every hour there's a call to prayer, and then they do this routine or a similar routine. So we start with the head, we're doing headbutts, then it goes down to punches, and then elbows, and then knees, and then kicks. And we're trying to keep it simple, stupid. These are soldiers, these are not athletes. These guys have never had any martial arts training before, and you can see in the video there's about 1,000 of them. Now I can't go through and train 1,000 guys, so what we did was I picked out Sergeant Kong, who's my good friend, and he's had Shan martial art background, and I teach him the moves first, and he helps me teach about 20 or 30 guys, and then they would be the teachers for the other several thousand guys. It's always extremely important to use your entire body weight and your body mechanics for every technique. The muscles of your arm are not nearly as big as the muscles in your leg or the muscles in your back, and none of that is anything compared to the weight of your body. So when you're coming in, delivering a high elbow, for example, you bring the elbow up and down and you're bending your knees into it. And I'm over-exaggerating all the bending techniques in my knees. You'll see me over-exaggerating when I'm throwing the hooks and uppercuts and things. You'll see me really like I'm doing deep knee bends. But the idea is that if I teach them to over-exaggerate during this training, then as they relax, as they forget their training, they'll actually wind up doing it correctly. With the headbutt, you want to always grab the guy, have control of him, pull him into your head. By bending your knees, when you're holding somebody's head, you bend your knees and drop, and then this pulls him down, and you can get better control of him that way. With the elbows, kicks, and knees, always twisting your body, turning into it, your whole body weight. And again, I'm teaching very, very, very basic techniques, and I'm not going through and doing corrections yet. First, we just want to lay down a very basic foundation, get them to know, okay, this is a headbutt, this is an elbow, this is a knee, and then later we'll go back and refine and refine and refine, and as I said, then they can go and teach the other soldiers, and we'll keep building on the program. After this, we'll have them doing pair work and group work and sparring and all different techniques. But first, they got to get the very basics, and that's what this program is about. In the spirit of getting your weight into it, one of the best ways to do that is actually to step into the technique. So with an elbow or with a kick, if you're stepping forward first, stepping forward, say with your right leg and kicking with your left, stepping forward with your right knee and hitting with your left elbow. Stepping into it brings all your weight into it. With the uppercuts, we always want to make sure to bend our knees. Like I said, I'm over-exaggerating the bending. We bend our knees, and we want to come up, and we want to use the muscles in our legs and in our back. Those are our most powerful weapons. Hitting with elbows is one of the best things you can do, and elbows and shins, because all of our kicks are done with the shins, or most of the kicks are done with the shins, and then the strikes with the elbows, and elbows a lot harder and sharper than a fist. It will absolutely decimate a man if you hit him with it. Same thing with your shin. And there's two kinds of kicks. One is the shin kick, where you're kicking with your shin, and then the other one is called the push kick or tip, where you're pushing, you're hitting with the ball of your foot. Knees are done more or less exactly like kicks, and really kicks aren't that different than punches. Remember to twist your hips. Most important thing, you have to twist your hips. You have to be on the ball of your base foot, and you have to twist. You got to turn with it. Let your knee, let your ankle, everything's got to turn. You don't want any part of your body staying static when you're doing the technique. Your whole body's involved. And with the knee, again, if you get control of the man, you grab his head first, and let's say you want to throw a knee with your right leg, you can kick your right leg back first and then bring it up, and that would be like revving up for a punch. Really important on the roundhouse, of course, is that you're hitting with your shin, not with your foot. The shin is very hard. That bone will absolutely cut you. In addition to having good body mechanics, you also want to pick the proper targets, the appropriate targets. With all of the kicks, both the roundhouse kick and the tip kick, you want to kick everything below the waist. It's better for a self-defense situation. If you try and kick high, the guy might grab your leg and throw you off balance. And also, it's just absolutely deadly. You can hit in the front of the thigh, the side of the thigh, the top of the knee, the side of the knee. And then below the knee, you can hit the shin. If you hit somebody in the shin with the tip kick, the push kick, or if you kick somebody with that roundhouse in the back of the calf muscle, it is so painful. And you can even go lower. You can kick them with your shin in the Achilles tendon, and this will absolutely destroy your opponent. Tip kick or the push kick is not a front snap kick. This is not a snapping movement. This is like a stomp.
What you've just learned is basic fighting. We start with the head. We can hit with the head. And we can hit with the hand. We can hit with the elbow. We can hit with the knee. We can hit with the leg. And we can kill the SPDC. So if you practice every day, you can get better, better, better. And next time I come back, we can fight. Okay, thank you very much for training with me. Hey, I'm Antonio Graceffo. That was our episode of Martial Arts Odyssey, and we're learning practical fighting. This is my friend Sergeant Sai Kong. We're in the SSA headquarters at Lloyd Talang. Get in the gym, do your sets, do your reps, do your repetitions, but please say a prayer for the people of Burma.